as a matter of fact, one story I would like to share with you. It was those two teens, and they want to challenge their father. And they went to their father and they said, Dad, this movie, yes, we know it is rated R, but we would really like to watch this movie. And music, it's amazing. Actors, really the top. But there is, of course, because it's rated R, some scenes here, and it is the best of Hollywood produced. And they were really, really pushing hard. So the father said, okay, let me think about it, and I will give you the answer the second day. So the second day, he came with a beautiful, beautiful cake. And he said, here is my answer. I went and I bought best flour. I know that you guys like chocolate chip, so I have the best ingredient, best butter, and I made it. And I just put some dog poop inside it. If you guys can come and eat it, you will go to the movie. Of course, the story is clear, that it doesn't really matter if you make it with the fine, but it is still, there is something inside. And that was a very good example, very good imagery. The father tried to teach his kids. It doesn't mean that it is the best music and best everything that you can really go and watch it without being affected. Music. So, as parents or even Sunday school teacher or whatever, did you guys know what our kids listening to? There is so many websites, and I can tell you the websites that you can go and take a look and read the lyrics. Read the lyrics and be aware of what's going on and what they are listening to. Literature and books. That used to be an old thing, the 900 numbers. Now they change things. Of course, you open TV, soap opera and videos at what, 1 or 2 or 3 o'clock. It's like a soft porn. Adult bookstore, bars and nightclubs. Those are some of the streets. As a matter of fact, several years back, when I used to give these lectures, people have to make an effort to go to those bookstores, because from where I come from, those adult, what they call it, adult bookstores, it's usually out of town. And people have to really make an effort to go to buy this video or to look at this magazine. Now, what's happening? It's comfort of your home. You could just have the computer on, and then you can watch anything or whatever, everything you know. Am I really making a big thing about it? Is this dangerous? Let us see. They found in research that exposure to pornography resulted in a loss of compassion toward women in general. Did some of you hear about Ted Bundy? He was a very nice-looking guy. I think he came from a Christian family, and it happened that when he was 11 years old, he was passing by the day they collecting trash, and some of the neighbors, they have some of those magazines, and out of 11-year-old kid, out of curiosity, went and picked up those magazines, and then he know what house, and he started to escalate. And before they execute him in Florida, that was in 1970, Dr. James Dobson had an interview with him. And he killed and murdered so many women, and because he was nice looking, so he used to really drag them. So anyway, of course, someone like that, serial killer, most of the psychologists, they would like to know what makes this guy flip. So Dr. James Dobson went and had an interview with him, and you can get that interview from the internet. And basically, this guy was saying that pornography led him to desensitization of the beginning of, what was like. He didn't like we did talk before, and it escalate, and he started to really imitate what he was seeing. So research found that, yes, pornography resulted in loss of compassion toward women in general, and children too. Pornography can lead to sexual deviancy for disturbed and normal people alike. Disturbed and normal people alike. Sometime when you see a big crime and things, they said, oh, this guy have a mental illness. But if that means that some normal people, if they are constant feeding their body to this deficiency in diet, do you think that they're going to suffer? Absolutely. Same thing, like when you feed your body to a diet which is not unhealthy, you're going to pay the consequence. Same thing when we play with our mind. Normal, not normal, disturbed, but of course, the disturbed people, it escalates and they do all this crime. Probably some of the other, what we call normal people, it affected them even maybe in different subtle ways. But yes, it leads to disturbance. This is, for us, it's very important. Pornography kills the soul, steals the heart, and destroyed the mind. Because what we say, remember when I say a couple years back, it's an idea. It's an idea in the head. How you can get rid of an idea. It's not like a substance, which is much easier, can go to rehab. And as a matter of fact, there is rehab centers for people who are been sex addicts. We find that most of the time, people who are engaged in prostitution or affairs expose themselves and their spouse to deadly sexual diseases. Like I said before, pornography is addictive as any drug. And definitely that's what we hit on, that pornography leads to physical and spiritual death. And I mean physical and spiritual death. Let us, all what I just shared with you so far is just information, like always. Always you will find that I will supply you with information, different terminology, so all of us will be in the same tone. So when I say something, you will know exactly what I mean. So let me define for you what sexual integrity means. Sexual integrity means that all sexual gratifications come from one person. That person is your spouse, or for single. All sexual gratification will come from your future spouse. So this definition, if you want to share it with your youth, in youth group, Sunday school, that's what the definition of sexual integrity. And like our Lord said, if anyone look at a woman to lust after her, he what? Committed adultery in his heart. So adultery, it's not just only the act, but even the mind and how we put inside our mind. This is very important. Impurity is a habit. It lives and acts like a habit. When you are used to certain exposures to certain material, after a while, like we said, it starts with curiosity. After a while, it will become a habit. So that's how it starts, how impurity it starts. And it become part of you. It become a habit. So it starts with curiosity, and then it become a habit. And then that's part of being slave to this habit. I cannot function without it. Summary to all what I just said. Addiction often begins in experimentation with known evil and ultimately ends in death or the death of a marriage. This is very crucial. It's experimentation with evil, and it ends to it end in this spiritual death to the person, or definitely it is a spiritual death to a marriage.